Hey guys, welcome back to Whispers of Myth. I want you to just ponder this for a moment. Just imagine for a moment that the vast pantheon of gods from various cultures around the world, those enigmatic beings worshipped and revered through thousands and thousands of years. I don't think they're as diverse as our ancient texts and traditions suggest, and I'll tell you why. So, what if instead these gods represent not a multitude of divine entities, but rather appearances or interactions from the same beings or species? So, today let's explore, the possibility that the gods of ancient Egypt, the deities of Norse folklore, the spirits of indigenous mythologies, and divine figures from basically every religion and every spirituality on the planet are the same being, or at least belong to just a few different species. I don't think it's as diverse as what we're thinking. So when we look across the spectrum of world religions, ancient mythologies, there's tons of similarities that emerge that suggest a common origin, or at least a common influence. So take, for instance, the creation of myths themselves. So from Abrahamic religions to the Mesoamericas, narratives often start with a void or chaos from which order and life are brought forth from a supreme being or beings. These stories frequently involve, I guess, a sequence of creation where beings from above, whether called gods, angels, spirits, whatever you want to call them, shape the world and give life to humans. This is pretty common, right, across most religions. So I kind of want to, just going a bit deeper, many of these myths, they incorporate a concept of a supreme god who oversees kind of a council of lesser gods. So, for example, Norse mythology, Odin presides over the Aesir. And in Greek mythology, Zeus heads the Olympians. In Hinduism, there's the Brahma, with Vishnu and Shiva forming, the Holy Trinity. And in the Yoruba religion, Oldamar is supreme, with Oshas carrying out various aspects of worldly life. This hierarchy seems to mirror societal structures, suggesting some type of shared projection, or perhaps, a common understanding of divine governance. Who knows? Now, consider the theme of the Great Flood. This is a really big one, a story that kind of transcends cultural boundaries. It appears in the narratives of ancient Mesopotamia, the Bible, Mayan mythology, Hindu scriptures, and more and more and more. So the recurring motif of cleansing and renewal might point to a shared historical event. I think it does, remembered and interpreted through the lens of different cultures and their interactions with what we would call divine beings. So these divine beings often descend from the skies or from other realms. The Anunnaki of the Sumerian mythology came from the heavens. Christian angels descended from the heavens or above. The Hindu gods manifest in various avatars, come from different planes of existence, and they're also known to fly in vimanas, basically UFOs. So this motif of celestial or otherworldly visitors kind of suggests a commonality in how ancient people interpreted, such said encounters with beings beyond their understanding, beings with advanced knowledge or technology perceived as divine, basically due to their extraordinary abilities that really couldn't be comprehended at the time. So, what's really fascinating is the universal concept of a final judgment or an apocalypse where these divine figures return or manifest in power to judge the living and the dead and so on. So from Ragnarok in Norse mythology to the Day of Judgment in Islam and Christianity, to the Kali Yuga. I mean, these themes underscore what appears to be universal accountability to these said higher powers. So, if we kind of add another layer, I mean, I want to touch upon kind of the kind of the nuance of what's been shared throughout mythology. So if we look at the themes of love, justice, morality, pursuit of knowledge, despite any diversity in rituals and dogmas, the core teachings often promote cohesive social structure and personal moral development. I think it hints at a deliberate shaping of human societies by these beings, guiding us towards, more morals, more values, more ethics, social, personal practices, making ourselves better from the inside out, not from the outside in. So I'm kind of just riffing here at this point, but if we entertain the thought that the gods of ancient times were actually the same beings, or at the very least belong to a few closely related species, it kind of prompts a reevaluation of human history. So were these gods astronauts from another world, as some ancient astronaut theories actually suggest, or are they interdimensional beings, kind of beyond our current understanding, which is why we might consider them gods? The similarities in the stories, their teachings, the interactions, to me, they don't suggest a pantheon of distinct entities, but a tapestry of woven into the same threads. I really believe that there's only a few species interacting with us here, and a lot of them we would consider gods. Anyway, food for thought. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Whispers of Myth, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.